Sharpe, and welcome to the Daily Mix. You know, the Daily Mix, I'm going to show you big money ideas, who's coming to St. Louis, cool stuff to do. Pretty much, it's all the good gossip going on in and around St. Louis. But first, some national news. Do you know today is National Chip and Dip Day? That's right, they have their own day. I mean, think about it. Chips and dip, what's easier? Nothing's easier. When somebody invites you to a party, what's the thing you go and run and grab to? You grab chips and dip. That's right, and get this, Totitos is actually giving away dip for free to people named Chip. I know that's weird, right? But it's really cool. So if your name's Chip and you can prove it, you go to everychipgetsadip.com, prove that your name's Chip, take a photo, send it in to them, and then they will send you a coupon for free dip. Now, if your name's not Chip, you're gonna have to go to the store like everybody else and buy some chips and dip. And since today is National Chip and Dip Day, why not invite some friends over and watch the Daily Mix, right? Good times. And you know, we're also getting ready for Cardinals opening day. And get this, Dooney and Burke Purses, D&B, collaborated with the Cardinals. They have 8 styles of Cardinals purses that you can get. Now, they're only available at the Cardinals team store, which is right there attached to Busch Stadium at Clark Street, but they're open 7 days a week, and you can see on the screen right there all the cool purses with the Cardinals logo. So you're gonna wanna run there and go there before opening day happens, because you know that's gonna be a lot of fun to show off your Cardinals pride with a purse. Now we need them to do a blues purse, that's what we need. And lots of other things took place this weekend right here in St. Louis. We had the NCAA wrestling right there at the Scott Trade Center. That was really cool. Look at all those mats out there, all those wrestlers getting ready to go. A lot of fun there. Plus, there was a Lego Kid Fest. Now this event sold out. Lego Kid Fest sold out. How cool is that? Kids got to play with Legos. There was different things they could do. There were giant Lego statues. I mean, everybody thinks they're really, really good at making Legos, but this was excellent. A lot of fun for the kids. So if you missed out, I'm sorry, but you can go to the Lego store in West County Mall and maybe check that out. Now we're gonna get on to the Daily Mix. Now I always like to tell you about a big money idea. Well, this one right here, this one's cool. It's STL Sitter. Now this was founded by St. Louisan Morgan Clark in October 2014. What it is a way for people to get in touch with the person who needs a sitter, and the sitter can get in touch with each other. Now, she doesn't just do childcare. You can do tutoring or even pet sitting. Now, all the sitters are extensively interviewed. Of course, there's background checks. They have to have references, and they all are CPR certified. So it's really cool. Parents can pay a one-time fee to get all registered up there. So if you are a parent looking for a sitter or a sitter in need of a job, STLSittercom, that's where you need to go. Now, St. Louis is huge on music, right? Well, the RFT Music Award nominees are coming up. We're looking at you. RFT needs to know who you think the best band in the city is. Now, they can also be considered as part of their judging panel. You go to riverfronttimes.com to weigh in, and you know how this goes. Every year they have that huge thing, that huge summer concert where they put all these guys who got nominated together, and that way it exposes them to maybe new fans. So definitely put your vote in for that. And speaking of music, New Music Circle. It's a non-profit. It is dedicated to the curation and performance of improvisational and experimental music. Now this is really cool. They always, the full price ticket, that is what keeps them going, keeps them operating, keeps them running. However, they know there's a lot of struggling music lovers out there, and they want to make sure that you get to see the music too. So there's kind of like a sliding price scale. Obviously, if you can afford the full ticket, they would want you to do that. But if you can't and you just love music, you can still go. newmusiccircle.org. It's pretty cool. Now, I just love everything to do with food. I love food. Now, you know Jim Emmons, he's got that bar, The Precinct. He has made USA Today's list of the spiciest eating challenges in America. All right, are you ready for this? I love hot wings, but are you ready? This is 1 pound wings with Carolina Reaper peppers. Now here's what you have to do. You have to eat these in 6 minutes or less. Not only that, you have to lick your fingers clean. And are you ready for the kicker? You get no water and no food for 5 minutes after you eat this. It's really cool. Now, what do you win if you get this? Well, you win a free meal, you get a free shirt or hat, and your photo on the wall of fame. And this is the part I love the best. The whole pound of wings, most people quit after just 2 wings. So if you are up for the challenge, go check out Jimmy Emmons and the Precinct. Do the Hot Pursuit Challenge. That's what they're calling it down there. And St. Louis Food has made another really cool thing. We have made an episode of Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmer. That's right, they did all sort of St. Louis style food. They did a St. Louis style pizza. They went to Cicero's for that. They went and learned how to make toasted ravioli at Charlie Gito's. Oh, my personal favorite of all St. Louis food, the gooey butter cake, that right there at Park Avenue Cafe. They checked out some St. Louis style ribs at CK Barbecue. And you can't do a St. Louis style without pork steaks. Miss Piggy's Steak Smokehouse is where they checked out their pork steaks at. How much fun is that? A lot of good food right there for St. Louis. If you want to see what happened with that, go to thetravelchannel.com or just watch for the St. Louis episode that's going to be airing this week. Pretty cool. Now, I always like to tell you about who's been in the Lou. Well, this Saturday, Lisa Vanderpump was here. She was actually here in town at Ballpark Village. She was launching the new name of the Crown Room. The Crown Room is right there where they used to have a brew house. It's at the very top of it. Well, they've renamed that whole thing. So now it's the Crown Room. She was there. Now, do you know who she is? She has that Bravo reality series, The Vanderpump Rules. Yeah, she was an actress before that, but really what she's famous for is this whole TV show thing. The Crown Room is really cool. It's 7,000 square feet of night lounge concepts. There's 4 different bars. There's a balcony, and yes, it overlooks Busch Stadium, so you get real cool access to that. Plus, if there's a game, how cool would that be? Now, I was actually at this event. I didn't know I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't know who she was before I got there. This was really cool. I don't know what it was like when the Beatles came to St. Louis, but I'm pretty sure the women screamed for this woman as though she was a Beatle. I have never seen so many adult women scream and yell and go crazy over another adult woman. She came with her husband. They were probably there maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, probably took a selfie with every person in the whole building, walked around, everybody was like yelling and screaming. A couple of my friends went with me who actually aspired to be her. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see how much fame somebody can get from just a little reality TV show. It's kind of neat. Plus, the Crown Room is awesome, so you should check it out. It's at Ballpark Village. Now, I always like to tell you about careers and what's going on. There's a spring career fair. It's happening right there at St. Louis Community College, Florissant Valley. It's at the Student Center in the multipurpose room. It is Tuesday, March 31st from 10 to 1, and it is open to the community. Now, there's going to be over 84 different businesses there that you can meet with. Of course, they suggest that you come dressed in your business attire and bring lots and lots of resume and, of course, your great personality, and maybe you can land a job. If you want to find out about this event and thousands of other hot jobs, go online to jobs.mo.gov. Now, do you need a job? Well, here is your chance to tell employers why they should hire me. And by me, I mean you. This is what you have to do. Send us an email right here at hireme@stltv.net. Let us know what it is you do, what you want to get into, maybe why you're looking for work. If we select your email, you'll come in right here and we'll have you videotape your message to employers saying, hey, hire me. Hey, it's a good way to get your foot in the door. And this is really cool. If you are into coding, listen up. Launch Code is in St. Louis. It was founded here to spur economic development and to make St. Louis a place for companies to tap into coding talent. Well, it's really cool. They provide training, apprenticeships, and job placement. What I like most about this is there's a story about a woman who's really good at coding. She got hooked up with the program. MasterCard was looking for a female. They ended up getting her in there. She's got a full-time job now. Had it not been for this program, she would not have had a job because she didn't have a college degree, and that's what you needed to get the interview. And what's really cool about this is President Obama has taken to Launch Code and is actually starting a new program based off that called Tech Hire. It's going to duplicate the program and expand it into other areas. Now, if President Obama likes your event, you're probably doing something right. If you're into coding, check out that launchcode.org. Okay, Easter is coming. I love the Easter Bunny. I love talking to the Easter Bunny. I love asking for things from the Easter Bunny. But what I really, really like is adult Easter egg hunts. That's right, we can still play Easter egg hunts. We can still go out and hunt. Jefferson Barracks has something really cool. It's March 27th through the 28th from 8 to 10. And actually, all the money benefits Friends of Jefferson Barracks. Now this is what you do. You bring a basket, you gotta have your Easter basket. You bring a flashlight and you bring your buddies. It's 18 years and older. I've actually done this event before. It's so cool. It's pretty much pitch black there. That thing is huge. Jefferson Barracks is huge. Now they rope off the area that you're like into, but it's still a huge area. They scatter thousands of eggs all over the place on 250 acres at Jefferson Barracks. And these eggs, some of them have like little codes in there and the redeemable some prizes that they have up front. Plus they have food trucks and music. It's really cool. But if you want to do this, you have to register quick. It goes fast. It's friendsofjeffersonbarracks.com. Now, the St. Louis Beard and Mustache Club, they're looking for you to join them. Did you know there is a Beard and Mustache Club? Well, there is. It's a nonprofit social club to promote charitable community activism and foster a sense of community throughout education and charitable events focused on facial hair. That's right, focused on facial hair. There's an annual competition, and it was held this weekend at the Atomic Cowboy. Look at those beards on these men. It's open to men and women. I'm really not sure how that works with the whole women situation, but I guess you can make a fake beard. If you want information, go to STLBMC.com. And another really cool thing happening is, you remember Wiffle Ball, right? Wiffle Ball is really fun. It's that sport you play with the plastic yellow bat when you were little. Well, now we can play as adults. Ballpark Village has Wiffle Ball leagues. Now, there are only 12 teams, so if you want to register, you have to register quick. And since Ballpark Village is on Old Bush Stadium, if you think about it, you'd be playing Wiffle Ball on Old Bush Stadium, which is kind of cool. Now, the minimum number of people you can have is 6, maximum is 12, and you have to have at least 3 girls on your team. However, I think maybe some of us should get together, have an all-girls league, and just, kill everybody else, because I'm pretty good at Wiffle Ball. Orientation is March 29th, and the league starts April 7th. This is a lot of fun, and like I said, if you want to do it, you have to hurry. So go to STLBallparkVillage.com to register for that. And of course, I know that you know that the Cardinals home opener is on its way, coming in just a few short weeks in middle of April. We're gonna have Cardinals home opener. They're gonna have a big rally downtown. Make sure you set your calendar for that. If you need to figure out a way to take off work, get out of work, pretend to be sick, maybe start getting sick now so that when opening day happens, you can be sick and call in and it'll be believable. If you just call in the next day, that's gonna be bad. And if you're missing home Blues hockey like I am, we have a home game coming up this Saturday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It starts at 7. Blues home games are always fun, but they've been on the road for a little while. They need some Let's Go Blues cheers. So if you're in a mood to check that out, you should definitely do that. Now, I know that I've probably told you this before, but I don't know if you're listening to me. I need you to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. That's right, STL TV, The Daily Mix, we're on all of those things. So go to Facebook, like us. Go to Twitter, follow us. Go to Instagram, follow us there. Hey, we might even follow you back if you're pretty interesting. And if you want to drop us a line, maybe there's a show idea coming up. Maybe you want to be on the show. Do you make something? Maybe you could be on After the Mix. Just let us know what's going on in and around the Lou. Sometimes we miss it. You can go to The Daily Mix at STLTV.net. Let us know what's going on. We actually really do want to hear from you. Now, make sure you tune in again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. when Gina Cheatham brings you the latest in the Lou. It's going to be another good show of The Daily Mix. And that is going to do it for this episode of The Daily Mix. But I want you to keep it right here on STL TV for After the Mix. And I will be with you next week, but not on Monday. I'll be here on Wednesday. I'll tell you about it later. But make sure you tune in Monday anyway. We'll see you next time.